We've got the all-new Hyundai Elantra, and I can't wait to get inside and see how it drives.
Now in the US, they call it the Hyundai Elantra. Either way you say it, Andrea, this won North American Car of the Year. Let's find out why. So what are we driving in, Andrea?
We are in the Hyundai Elantra.
For Americans, I'll translate, that's Hyundai Elantra.
Yep.
In Canada, we do say it a little bit differently. Doesn't matter, either side of the border, including Mexico, this is the North American Car of the Year.
I know, isn't that great? Good for Hyundai.
And what's under the hood?
It's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder Atkinson cycle matched with a CVT. It has 146 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque.
And the CVT is a surprise. It's actually really good. They call it an intelligent variable transmission, and it's responsive, it's quick. You've got the driving modes, makes it quite snappy.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. Now, you know, CVTs, Andrea, have been absolute crap for many decades, but now they're getting really good. In fact, we have one in our Honda Civic. I drive that car all the time. It's great. It's great.
We actually got it for our son to drive, who doesn't like driving. Can you believe it? Like, he lives in a house with car people, Motormouth, and he doesn't like to drive. So Zach takes it out and I take it out. And actually, I would say that this CVT feels as good as the Civic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now another thing to mention is that we can get this in a manual transmission, not in the US, unfortunately, but yes, in Canada.
Now, one of the reasons why, a couple of reasons why, in the province of Quebec, Belle Province, manual transmissions are quite popular.
Yeah.
And the second reason is they like really inexpensive cars. So still to come, we have our hot topic. We've got the price pause, fuel economy.
Questions, coffee, and cars.
And a whole bunch more.
Yeah.
So that's all to come. Make sure you watch. But right now, it's time for our key standard features.
The Hyundai Elantra base model essential trim comes with heated front seats, 8-inch touchscreen, a 4.2-inch display instrument cluster, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, cloth seating surfaces, 6-way manually adjustable driver's seat, remote keyless entry, dual power adjustable heated side mirrors, body colored door handles and bumpers, and 15-inch wheels.
All right, Andrea, what do we have to put it in?
We have to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit the notification bell, you'll get notified every time a video drops, and then you can watch them.
And if you do subscribe and hit the notification bell, little elves will come and fill your car with a full tank of gas every single morning.
Boy, that sounds good. Well, how can I get in on that?
Like, what does it cost you? Nothing. Hit the notification bell. And also, if you want to follow along for our questions, coffee, and cars and our hot topic, Andrea's Instagram is Motormouth_Andrea. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto. And if you missed all of that, the links are in the description below. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code MOTORMOUTH to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below. All right, Andrea, what do you think about the way this thing looks?
Well, I know you have some issues with the way it looks. I don't mind it. I think that they have done a good job on it. I think it looks way better than the old model. It is sleek. It has sharp lines.
Does it ever?
The grille at the front, I think, looks pretty cool. It's got like this diamond design. Overall, I think I like it. It's very uber modern.
So it's longer, it's wider, but just a little bit lower. And the overall shape I don't mind. It's some of the design choices inside that I don't love.
Yeah.
For example, I kind of like the overall shape of the front grille and everything. I think that looks pretty good. I like the low nature of it, but where the lower valance is, where there would be driving lights, they've just gone with these shiny plastic bits.
Yeah.
Just give me driving lights.
Totally.
And in the back, what's the one thing that a lot of our followers hate about modern cars?
Just the fake tailpipes.
And these aren't even trying to be tailpipes.
Yeah.
It's just this geometrical shape, kind of where the tailpipes would be, and they're not even faux. The tailpipe is, I'm showing you right now in the video, hidden behind, and it's really, it's trying too hard, this car. Like, there's too many things going on all at once. The new Hyundai Tucson that's coming out in a little while also has a lot of, you know, sharp surfaces on it. Obviously, they're going that way.
They're going that way, and when you look at the new Honda Civic design coming out, it is ultra conservative. of kind of the opposite of this. So maybe Hyundai just wants something to look a bit more futuristic. And when you take a look at the interior, there's so much tech going on in here. I think maybe they're trying to show that the exterior is similar to the interior with the whole model, with what you're getting. So I get it.
So what you see here with the big screens behind one panel of glass or plastic or whatever it is, looks a lot like the Mercedes-Benz MBUX system. But Andrea, you don't get that on every model. You got to get it on the top trim, and you got to pay for an extra package.
You got to get the tech package. This comes standard with an 8-inch touchscreen. If you get the tech pack, which as Zach said is only offered on the top trim, you get this 10.25-inch touchscreen along with the driver display, same size, and it looks just beautiful. Total showstopper in here. Yeah. Now, to the left of it, there is something really odd here. There is a circle, and both of us...
with a line through it, come on.
With a line through it, yes. We have touched it, we have...
tried to twiddle it.
We've turned it. Well, it doesn't turn. We've swiped it. So I Googled it, and Hyundai says it is just a design element to the vehicle. It does absolutely nothing.
I have a theory, maybe, because there's a hybrid version of this car and we haven't driven that obviously yet. Maybe over there, they're going to have some information for the hybrid system.
Yeah.
But right now, it just looks like a painted piece of plastic with this one circle on it. And the first thing I did was, I'm like, what does it do?
What is it? And I thought maybe at night, maybe it glows and it has the logo on it. It does absolutely nothing.
Okay, we did find out after we recorded this that on the left-hand side, if you get the Elantra N line, that's where the drive mode switch is located. But still, it's an odd design choice. You know what I like is this use of cloth on the inside.
It's kind of like a denim, isn't it?
Yeah. Now I like it in the back seat, especially. Yeah. The backs of the front seats are covered in this. It looks like a nice wearing material. The back of the headrest as well, along with the brushed aluminum that you have over the speaker grills. It looks really good.
It looks sharp, and even this center console design is really well done. I like this console shifter. On this top trim, you get the heated steering wheel.
All the way around. All the way around. Not just 9 and 3.
You get the heated rear seats as well. You've got the moonroof. On the other trims, you have to get something called a Sun and Tech package to get the moonroof and some other features, and that'll cost you $1,500. I did want to mention...
Okay, because I'm dying to talk about this thing.
Okay, well, I did want to mention the Tech package on the top trim is $2,700.
What do you think of the big grab handle here in the middle? This reminds me of the new Corvette. They've got a big thing in the middle, but they put all the switches for the HVAC system on there. I don't know. What do you think of that?
I'm not sure I love it. It's fine. It's not a deal breaker for me, but it's a little bit odd, isn't it?
Well, they want this jet-inspired cockpit with a low cowl. Outward visibility is good. I think it's a design choice. It doesn't bother me.
No, it's got some piano black in here as well. This top trim comes with leather seating. It has the leather wrap steering wheel and, of course, the leather shifter. It comes with a lot.
All right, the back seat is quite roomy. This car is bigger than the predecessor. It's just over 2 inches longer overall. The wheelbase is just a little bit longer. There's no lack of space in the back seat. No. The trunk is huge, and that's the thing with this class of car, whether it's the Civic, the Corolla, or so on. They've all gotten so much bigger. They now are what I remember when I was younger as a mid-size car.
And I also think with all the tech that's going on in here and the big screens and then this exterior styling, that maybe Hyundai is appealing to a younger crowd as well.
Oh, okay, speaking of the screens, the backup camera, there's just a backup camera. There's no round view monitor. There's no side cameras. Now that, I think, is an omission. You know what, Andrea? It's time for coffee.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Is the reliability of Hyundai worth comparing it to Toyota? And I'm actually going to combine two questions because they're kind of similar. We all know Elantra has been doing great recently, but what would you say about its reliability? Would you recommend a used Elantra against a Corolla or Civic? Well, I did a little research, and J.D. Power actually puts the Elantra up near the Corolla and the Civic for quality and reliability.
The Korean brands, Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis, are right at the very top of quality scores from J.D. Power and even their dependability study, which is after 3 years. However, Andrea, I will caution, there have been major recalls for these brands and engine fires.
Yeah.
So that's a worry. I can't remember which engines they were, but just know that. But overall, they're very reliable.
What do you think of Hyundai changing the looks of their cars every 17 days? Do you think it hurts brand recognition? Well, I actually read a very interesting article about one of the Hyundai designers, and basically they said that they want each model to have its own personality and own characteristics. And although they will continue to have Hyundai DNA, they will be individual. So that could be why they're changing and maybe make everything look a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, so what they call the small, medium, large effect, like BMW has for the 3, 5, and the 7, is the Russian doll.
Yeah.
You know, you open a Russian doll, there's a replica smaller underneath it. So that's called a Russian doll design, but they are just changing it so often. I am not a big fan of this. I like for example, you look at an Audi from 10 years ago, it still looks fairly current and it still looks like an Audi, and this constant changing of this car and constant changing of the Hyundai design language. Years ago, they had fluidic sculpture. Then they went to a real square look. And this design language for this call is called parametric. Call the paramedics. I don't know. I couldn't help myself.
Call the paramedics. Okay, let's move on. I currently have a 2013 Civic and loved it since day one. We love our Civic too, by the way. But now I'm debating getting a new Elantra or the new Civic about to come out later this year. Which would you guys buy? Keep up the great content. I'm loving it. Well, thank you for that. Okay. Glad you like the content for sure.
My number one piece of advice on this, people ask all the time. Okay, the Honda Civic hasn't come out yet. We've seen pictures of it, but we don't know what the engines are going to be, transmissions. They haven't, pricing, all of that kind of stuff. Time is on your side, right?
Wait.
Just wait for the car to come out. Wait to get some seat time in it. Wait for us to get some seat time in it.
Yeah.
And then we can give you a better answer.
And you already love the Civic you're in, so
yeah,
it
so
doesn't sound like you're in a big rush.
And it's not like anything's going to happen to it. Just keep putting gas and change the oil and you're good to go.
Yeah, and here's the thing about the new Civic is it looks so different. I mean, it looks nothing like this Elantra.
So they're going angular, futuristic, spaceshipy looking for this thing.
Yeah.
Civic is going really conservative, traditional, looks even a bit like a Jetta.
Yeah, I wonder what the vibe is going to be when that comes out. Yeah. Can't wait for it.
Is that it,
and
Drea?
That's it.
All right, if you want to follow along to get a question in, you have to follow Andrea. It's Motormouth_Andrea. The link is below as well. And because we hear the music, that means it's time for nightlife. So still to come is the hot topic. We take a question from Questions, Coffee, and Cars and expand on it. That's in a moment. But right now, it's time to look at the competition.
For your consideration, 4 categories and 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Our first category goes to the best seller. It's the Honda Civic. It's been the best-selling passenger car in Canada for over 20 years. It has 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. It starts at just over $25,000.
Now, a pleasant surprise in this category goes to a vehicle that was introduced just about a year ago, the Nissan Sentra, and it was a finalist for the North American Car of the Year award. It has 149 horsepower, 145 pound-feet of torque, and a starting price around $19,000.
The car to watch out for is the new Honda Civic with a redesigned body and updated interior. No pricing has been announced yet, but it should be available this summer.
The most powerful sedan in this category goes to the Mazda 3 Turbo. With 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque on premium gas, on regular it drops to 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. The Turbo starts at almost $35,000, but you can pick up a non-turbo GX for $20,500.
There are 4 vehicles for you to consider.
What do we have to do now? Hot topic, right?
Hot topic. Let's do it.
So what we do is we take one of the questions from Questions, Coffee, and Cars, and we expand on it. Andrew's going to read it out now.
Compared to the Corolla, Honda Civic, Mazda 3, new Nissan Sentra, how does this compare to the competition? All other competitors have done an upgrade or refresh. We're waiting for the new Civic to come out and know all the details. Well, how does it compare to the competition? I think they're all really good vehicles. The one that really stands out to me, of course...
Oh, wait, let me guess. Is it the Mazda 3?
It's the Mazda
I knew it.
3 sedan. I just think it has a great engine. It handles really well, and I think the interior offers a lot of value. We had the Corolla, we have a Honda Civic. They're all very good.
The Corolla is, I call it the bank of Toyota. You're going to buy a Corolla, you know it's going to run forever, and you're going to get a lot of money when you go to sell it. Same thing for the Civic, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the same category, those two vehicles. Now, the one vehicle I'm going to bring up that you didn't have on the list was the Jetta, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because it's the largest. If you want the most space, it's the biggest. It has an 8-speed automatic transmission, and the other one that has a regular automatic is the Mazda 3.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody that doesn't like the idea of a CVT, there's two options for you.
Yeah.
So I think a big story with this Elantra is value. What does it cost?
Great value, hey, Zach? And I like the Elantra. You're really keeping to it. Okay, let's get into pricing. The Elantra comes with 3 trims. The Essential base model with a manual transmission is almost $18,000. The Essential with an automatic transmission, almost $20,000. The middle trim Preferred is almost $22,000, and the Ultimate comes in at $25,500. But if you get the tech package, which I recommend with the 10.25-inch screen, your price is going to be around $28,600.
Well, what makes a luxury or a premium car? I mean, it's got heated seats, the big instrument cluster, it's got, one thing we should mention, this is the first vehicle in this class to come with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto.
I know, isn't that amazing?
But no side view camera.
No side view camera.
All right, now this thing gets incredible fuel economy. Let's check that out.
The Elantra gets 9.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 6.3 liters on the highway, and 7.8 liters combined.
For Elantra buyers, the miles per gallon are below that. All right, final thoughts.
Final thoughts? Hyundai's done a good job. I actually think that this futuristic look, while it may not last the test of time, it looks good for now.
Well, that's one of the things. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because I believe that cars that are very futuristically or very avant-garde in design, they don't age well. You're going to look back 5 years from now and go, 2021 Elantra, what the heck were they thinking?
Or they might say 2021 Elantra.
Oh, you just said Elantra. It's Elantra.
Oh, see? You've said it so many times that now I'm saying Elantra instead of Elantra. That's okay. Hyundai's done a great job with this Elantra. I really like how it handles. It's sharp looking, but most of all, it's the value.
Not sure I love the design of the Elantra, but you have to decide that. You know who's king of the compact cars, Andrea? Honda Civic. There's a new one coming later this year. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.